Hey everyone, welcome back to FC. Hopefully you all are well and good. You all are having a very good day. The Premier League is back with Game Week 14 and everyone knows how much I love to preview and predict each and every fixture every week. So please people, I'm going to predict every fixture, talk about each fixture. So by just humble request, like the video, subscribe and also watch till the end. And do let me know your predictions and your opinion on each fixture. So starting off with the first one. Brentford was a Luton Town, a really good match people. I know many will not even talk about this match, but it's a really good match. Brentford have really played well this season. Thomas Frank is doing a magnificent job. They are themselves going through an injury crisis, but they still have a very good team. Brian Mbeumo is a fantastic player, man, and they're a very good team, especially at home. They played really well against Arsenal, but sadly could not take their chances, but they were really good. And Luton is a fixture where you expect 3 points. But Luton are no pushovers. Draw against Liverpool, beaten Everton at Goodison Park, beat Crystal Palace, and they're doing really well right now. They played well against Tottenham, and they're a very good team. They're underestimated, but they have given their best, and they should have had more points than they've got right now. So I think Luton will put up a fight, but I still believe they struggle for goals, and Brentford at home is too strong, and physically they're going to be too much for Luton. So I'm going with Brentford 2, Luton nil. Arsenal back at the Emirates against Wolves, and what a win for Arsenal in midweek. They beat Lens 6-0 and that was an amazing Arsenal display. That was fluid football by Arsenal, and I think again they have got too much criticism. Arsenal is not playing too good. I've been saying on this channel that they're still the best side to compete with Manchester City, and I stay by that. They're going to be competing with Manchester City this season till the end. I just believe they're one step ahead for Liverpool for me. Rice is the reason for that. But other than that, slowly and thoroughly with players coming back, he's just now playing more matches in a row. I think it's getting better for Arsenal. The attack will slowly find its range. They have another gear to go and they're a really good team. While Wolves have played really well this season, Gary O'Neill, what a job he's doing, and they have been robbed by VAR. They should have at least 7 points more. They have been totally robbed, and they've beaten Manchester City. They played well against Liverpool. They beat Tottenham. Wolves are a very good side, but I think this is a test too far. They're still without Neto. They still struggle for goals, and they're playing an Arsenal side in a good form, defensively strong, Saliba and Gabriel, and I think it's going to be enough for Arsenal. So I think I'm going with Arsenal 2, Wolves nil. Not a thrashing in any way. Wolves will give a good account, but Arsenal will have too much quality for them. 6-pointer this week, one of the big fixtures, Burnley against Sheffield, because both the sides right now are embarrassing themselves, and Burnley, credit to Vincent Kompany playing his philosophy, and I really like the way Burnley play. But again, even against West Ham, they were their own worst enemy. They just can't defend, and attackingly, they could have put the game beyond West Ham earlier, so they just don't take their chances. While coming on to Sheffield United, and last game week they were playing Bournemouth, and I thought now Sheffield has a chance to survive, but they got embarrassed, beaten easily by Bournemouth, and these two sides are right now looking very bad. But if there's any sort of inspiration, that's to beat each other, build a momentum, and this is why this fixture is really important. But coming on to the prediction, I think both the sides, Burnley are not good defensively, Sheffield are not good defensively, both the sides struggle for goals, and this is why we can see an epic game. I think Burnley will score 2 goals in this game, but they are that bad defensively that they concede 2 goals as well. McBurney, Archer, so I'm going with this pressure fixture, Burnley 2, Sheffield 2. Another big game, Nottingham Forest vs Everton. After the 10-point deduction, Everton really, I think they played well against United. They've been playing well this season, but United were too clinical. The bicycle kick, you can't do anything. It was a beautiful goal by Garnacho, and Everton did not take their chances, but Everton are still playing really well this season. While Everton are the sort of opponents that Nottingham Forest don't like to play this season. Sadly, Abino is now out for some time, so wishing him the best. And Nottingham Forest are not really good up front this season the way they used to be. Losing to Brighton that had 10-11 players injured at home was not a good result. And coming out of Nottingham Forest, I still believe at home they struggle against Luton, they struggle against Sheffield, and these are the sort of sides where I think they could really struggle, where they have to have more dominance and possession, and Everton are a really quality side. But on the other hand, I think Everton defensively also have some fragilities. I still believe Nottingham Forest have this capability at home to grind out a result. So I'm going with a 2-2 draw, with Everton giving some goals away, Nottingham Forest getting some goals and also conceding some goals. So this is my prediction for this game. St. James Park, Newcastle vs Manchester United. What a game this could prove to be. Newcastle fought really hard against PSG. They were cheated out of it, but that was a pride performance by them. With the injuries they've had, the way they played, hats off to them. While Manchester United, I think they had one of the better games this season. But I think Onana, I really like Onana, wishing him the best, and he's a good player overall. But it was a howler of a performance, and United now most probably on the brink of an exit from the Champions League now. So they have to come in this fixture, get the things right. In the league, it's not going that too bad. Eric Ten Hag out and everything, but they have 8 wins and 5 losses. They are only 6 points behind Arsenal, a team they lost to earlier in the season, by the way. So overall, it's not been that bad season, but it could become bad. So this is a very important match for United. While Newcastle beat Chelsea last game week 4-1, they still are a very good team. Liverpool is a beautiful player, which I think will regret. But what's gone, that's gone. Trippier is there. You've got Bruno Guimaraes, Joelinton. They're a very good team. Isak is back and playing well. Gordon is, man, that boy is such a talented boy. What a player he is. So overall, I think it's a really balanced picture. My only worry is how much, because United still have depth in their squad, but how much tired with the injuries Newcastle are. United have their own share of injuries, but Shaw is back and they have more depth than Newcastle. But how much tired will the PSG match have made? And I think overall, United are still a very smart team. I think United will try to contain Newcastle early on. And even against us, Lascelles got that header, but Thiago Silva made an absolutely childish error. And Badia Shele made a childish error against Gordon. I still believe United will do better. And I think this match is 1-1 written all over it. Newcastle will start with energy, get the goal. It will drop off. United will contain them. And on the counter, Marcus Rashford will get a goal. So I'm going with Newcastle 1, United 1. Coming on to Chelsea versus Brighton, and really feel for Brighton. I'm making this video before the Europa League match, so that is something which I can't predict. But I will say one thing, that Brighton right now suffering with a lot of injuries, man. Have to feel for them. Ansu Fati, Lamptey, Luis Dunk got a stupid 2 yellow cards. Then you've got Estupinan out, Solly March out, Welbeck out, and Kisu out. You have to feel for them, man. They're really struggling. And that is why the victory against Nottingham Forest was really important. Brighton are only suffering this season because of injuries, because they were really good, man. And coming on to Chelsea, Chelsea are now getting away from the injury crisis, and Kukui will slowly return back. Lavia is coming back. But the display away to Newcastle United was a disgrace by Chelsea. It was a disgrace. Just not Chelsea fan, I'm even neutral will watch this and say that was a horrific second half. And Chelsea are a team you can't predict. They can draw against Manchester City, they can draw against Arsenal. Both matches which I think they should have won. But coming on to going to losing Nottingham Forest, losing 4-1 to Newcastle, it's been too many ifs and buts with the Chelsea side. And Brighton have played well this season, but they're suffering with injuries. But one thing which Brighton play and it works in Chelsea favor is Brighton will always give space to Chelsea. And players like Nicholas Jackson will love to run behind the Brighton defense without Luis Dunk. Sterling will love to play behind Brighton as well. And with no Lamptey as well, I think Brighton don't have that much threat from fullbacks. With Estupinan out as well, there's so much less threat from Brighton. So attackingly, they won't be strong. So Chelsea will be able to handle them. And then defensively, Chelsea will love to go behind the high press of Brighton. And I think the quality will be too much. Caicedo will be back in the game. So I think João Pedro or Ferguson will get goals in this game. But I think because of Brighton's injury problem, defensively they'll leave a lot behind. And that's where I think Chelsea will take advantage. I'm going with Chelsea 3 in this game. And I'm going with Brighton 2. Liverpool versus Fulham at Anfield. I think it's a really straightforward fixture, not even lying. Big respect to Fulham, but I think this is, if something happens, well done to them. Because I think this is overall straightforward. Fulham haven't had a very good season. They've struggled without Mitrovic. But the victory last game week against Wolves was very morale boosting for them. Very important. But after building the momentum, I think Liverpool is the worst fixture you want. And I think Liverpool drawing against Manchester City, they will love to get the 3 points now. They've dropped points to Luton. And this is sort of fixture they'll take advantage. Salah loves to score against Fulham as well. And I think overall, Liverpool are just too strong at home. Fulham struggle for goals. So Liverpool defense won't have that much threat from Fulham. Fulham have done well in the big games against Arsenal, but to be honest, it was goals from a corner kick and a mistake by Arsenal. But other than that, Liverpool are also very good defensively. Matip has played really well this season. Van Dijk, Konate, and I think it will be too much. And quality in the attack, Salah, Nunes, Jota, I think it's too much. So I'm going with Liverpool 2, Fulham 0. Not a dominating win, but a comfortable win in the end for Liverpool. Crystal Palace have been very unlucky with injuries now, as they could be is out for this game as well. And I think West Ham, I think overall, if Crystal Palace was fully fit, I think Crystal Palace would have a chance to at least get a draw. Because West Ham this season, they've struggled against teams where they have to take more of the initiative. And Palace has always been the team who do well against West Ham. The record West Ham have against Palace for last some years has not really been good. But I think with Eze out, Olise is back, but still Eze out, I think that breaks away the attacking threat that Palace can provide. We already know Palace don't score a lot of goals. While West Ham, Kudus is playing really well. Bowen should be back for the game. So I think West Ham still have more attacking depth. West Ham still have a better lineup. And if Crystal Palace won't be able to score more goals, the quality of West Ham will prevail. So I'm going with West Ham winning this game for me. 2-0. I think Crystal Palace just don't have enough attacking impetus without Eze. So I think it's overall going to be a good night for West Ham and a needed victory against Crystal Palace and to go above in the table as well. Aston Villa are having a magnificent season. Unai Emery is managing it really well. They are a really good team, Aston Villa. They've been playing really good football. But now for Aston Villa, it's about maintaining this consistency. I'm still very torn between Aston Villa. I believe they can do what Newcastle did last year, but I want to see them more before we make the assumptions. While Bournemouth have found their form now, I think even their manager was showing philosophy. They were trying to do what they want to do, but they weren't getting the results. But credit to Bournemouth, they were patient, and now you see that they thrashed Sheffield United, and now they're finding the momentum, and Bournemouth are doing really well. So they are coming in good form. But I think this is a sort of fixture which Villa will like, because Bournemouth will take the game to them, leave spaces behind, which Villa can counter. But one thing we need to remember is Villa is not a good away team compared to home. They could easily have been 2-3-0 behind against Tottenham in the first 10-15 minutes. But I think the quality of Villa in this game will be too much. Bournemouth for me will be just a bit too naive, and I think this will allow Villa to hit them on the counter and get the 2 goals. I think Solanke will get 1 goal in this game, but I'm going with Bournemouth 1, Aston Villa 2. The game of the week, Ange Postecoglou versus Pep Guardiola. Big test for Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur at the Etihad Stadium. Everybody knows how big fixture this is because Tottenham are a team who Manchester City don't really like to play against. I think Manchester City fans themselves admit that Tottenham is a team they don't like to play against with the record they've got. Even last year they were 2-0 behind, but they came back and won the game 4-2. But Ange Postecoglou is a very, very good manager, but a manager who is also hell-bent on his philosophy, which I really respect and admire. But how will that work against Manchester City? Haaland will be interesting. Tottenham have had a very good season, but I have a lot of sympathy for them. They can go on a 6-match losing streak, 7-match losing streak, but I think they need to back Postecoglou, be with him. It's not his mistake. The squad depth is utter garbage. Like Mikel van der Beek was playing so well, unfortunate injury. Romero has got, he has always got that genes where he wants to go and make a tackle unnecessary and got him suspended. Without Maddison, they're struggling attackingly. He's one of the best attacking midfielder in the league. So I think we need to have the sympathy with Tottenham. They're really suffering right now. And if you take those 3 players out, and now Benteke sadly out for 2.5 months, really bad tackle by Matic Ash. I won't say much on that. So overall, he's going to be out as well for some time now. So Tottenham are suddenly looking very weak now. That's what happens when you lose a lot of depth. While Manchester City are without Kevin De Bruyne, they still haven't looked as good Manchester City as we know. And they still are 1 point behind the top team in the league. Once Kevin De Bruyne comes back, they'll even become much better. The competition between Doku and Grealish has been really good. And I think if Tottenham play the Postecoglou football, Jeremy Doku will get a lot of space to destroy Tottenham. Haaland will enjoy himself against a defensive squad without Mikel van der Beek and Romero. And I think I just can't see Postecoglou change his style of play. And I can't see Tottenham win this. I don't think it's going to be a battering in any way or shape. This Tottenham team will fight. I think Son will get a goal in this game. I won't be surprised. But I think Tottenham just don't have the clinicality. I won't be surprised Tottenham have a lot of shot in this game. Kulusevski misses a sitter. Johnson misses a sitter. But I think Tottenham could easily have been 4-0 up against Aston Villa. But they are just not clinical. And I think that will bite them in the back. I think City will win this game 3-1. But Tottenham will give a good account of themselves. These are my predictions. Do let me know your predictions. And thank you and wishing you all the best. Thank you.